computer. The recording is started. Chalo. Now I will just close the Zoom chat. First thing first, Hardik, what's actually we are going to achieve, let's say, in this particular video. So in this particular video, guys, we are going to make Hardik's e-commerce dashboard. In this, I have bunch of data which I already prepared. If I have to show you guys, one is details. If I just have to open this file, it's a CSV file, by the way. Here we have different order IDs. We have amounts, we have profit, we have quantity, we have categories, which is electronic furniture, which we are going to see in much more detail. Don't worry. We have subcategories. For example, under the category of electronics, we have something called as electronic games. This data will be provided to you as well. So you can also perform the dashboard on your own and create something like this. And last but not the least, we have something called as payment mode. So these are all the details of the orders. But we have one more file where we have actually the order. Now, if I have to just show you, see this. This is the order ID on this particular date, or from this particular customer. Let's say his name is Harivansh, Madhav, different customers. We have the state also, and we have the city also. So we have two types of files. One is having order ID, order dates, customer name, and one is having actual details of what that person has purchased from what category, what is the amount, what is the profit, what is the loss. Now, if you can observe here we also have order ID, and here also we have order ID. So technically we can create a relationship between both the files. But if you have attended the part one of this particular session, you know that Power BI is so smart, it is going to auto capture this. Even though if it does it auto capture, we are going to see how to do it on our own. And this is our aim for this particular video. This is the aim which we have to achieve. Now, guys, this requires tons, like almost 50 to 70 utilities we are going to see in just 1 hour in this particular video, in this particular session. Now, let me show to you how to create this on a blank document. So let's say we are all on the scratch one. We are all on the square one. We do not have any prior knowledge. We even do not know how to use Power BI. Let's say you are someone who is using Power BI for the very first time in your life. I am so I am so much confident about this content that I can teach you, even if you are from non-IT background, no prior knowledge. I can help you to make this in 1 hour without any prior knowledge. Just follow my simple instructions. It's so simple. The only thing is we are going to use the technology which we use in Excel, we use in PowerPoint, we use in different MS Office application. I'm going to create the base out of that, and we are going to create this dashboard without any coding knowledge and no prior knowledge required. Chalo, let's get started. Enough of introduction. Now, first thing first, in the last session, we already saw that how to import the data. So on that thing, I'm not going to spend the time. I will simply go to get data, and I'm going to import our CSV files. Like last time we had worked on an Excel workbook. Now we are going to work on text CSV file. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on orders. I'm going to click on open, and the Power Query window will get open in front of your screen. And that is where I load my first data. Now, the moment I load my data, here we will be having our data, which is called as details. So we have got our data, first data, which is details in the table format here. Now, one more thing is remaining. We just don't have details. We have order IDs as well. So again, I will go to get data. I will go to CSV file, and I will click on details. I'm going to click on order, and I'm going to import the orders as well. I will click on load. Now we have both the things. Let me just cross verify once. We have order details also, and we have orders also. Chalo. That so far so good. What we have done, Hardik, nothing, no rocket science, just the knowledge of previous session, which was the part one of Power BI. How to get data? We have this time we are using a CSV file. Hardik, any specific reason we are using CSV file? No specific reason. You can use your Excel workbooks also. Since in part one, I've already covered Excel workbook, this time doing something new just for the sake of learning. This time we are going with a CSV file. Now, the last time what we didn't saw was the power of Power Query. We saw one or two features, but we haven't saw the power of Power Query. So that's the reason I've created a flow. So this is the flow of this session. Now data explaining is done. We have loading of data is done. Like 2 steps are already done. So far, nothing any fancy thing. But now the next thing which we are going to see is Power Query explanation, going in detail, transforming your data, doing data modeling, all of that. because that is something it's very important for someone who is aspiring or who is trying to create something like this. That is something which is the fundamentals of this. These are like visuals, but the at the back end, the data modeling, the charts and visuals do all the role. So before I start with Power Queries, so far so good. And if you're a late joiner, do not ask me any queries right now. Please ask me after the session. I'm not going anywhere. So far so good, guys. Can I get a yes or no? Please maintain the interactiveness in the Zoom chat. Yes, so far so good. Yes, yes, I can see everyone is saying yes. Chalo, yes, 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 Hardik. Chalo, that's great. Now I will just close the Zoom chat and let's get ahead. Right now, if you're a late joiner, we haven't done anything new. We have just uploaded our data. Now, guys, I will come to the data tab. This is our canvas on which we make dashboards. Last time we also made one basic dashboard, not this kind of an advanced dashboard, which we are going to make. Now, this time I will explain you what's the importance of this data tab, why it's so important, and why, if I have to just come here, just a sec. Okay. What's the importance of this data? What's the importance of Power Query in Power BI specifically? So I will show you a couple of things. I will just come to the home tab. So this is our first data, which we saw in Excel also. And if I come to the next thing, which is the order IDs, just a sec, this is the details. This is the details which we saw. And this is the orders which we saw in Excel. But guys, right now, the data is kind of not that complex. The data is not that clustered. But if you're someone who's working in MNC, if you're someone who's working in big corporates, I'm pretty much sure you would be like, Hardik, I don't get this kind of data from my client or from my colleagues or from my manager, whatever the case is. I have to spend my time on transforming the data, whether it's be performing, let's say, formatting issues or something like that. So how to do multiple things using Power Query, that is something I'm going to spend next 10 minutes on, 5 to 10 minutes on. So now I will come to data, I will come to home tab. Now this is where we are going to transform data. Now guys, this is the same option which you get while you put your data. Right beside the load option, there is something called as transform data. So at the time of loading your data, if you're not transforming it, it doesn't matter. You can transform it afterwards as well. That's the reason I have just load my data. Now, actually, I'm going to transform my data and I'm going to make you understand why Power Query is so important part of Power BI. So I will click on orders. Either here is the order. Let's transform on data. And now let's jump into Power Query. Now, guys, you can see this is Power Query Editor. Now, no more we are into the interface of Power BI. We are in the interface of Power Query. Now, first of all, before we as humans doing something on our own, Power Query has done three things on our behalf, which I'm pretty much sure you might have done it on your own if Power BI wouldn't have done it for you. Now, Hardik, what's that? How do I come to know what Power Query has done on my behalf? So, guys, Power Query, the word query means multiple queries. Just like if you're someone who's coming from SQL or SQL background, you know, like you have to put up your queries to in order to put your get your work done. The similar thing or the similar technologies for Power Query, and here there is a log, there is a record, or there is a place where you can see all the flow, all the steps, all the things you do in a Power Query, which the Power Query might have done it on its own, or you will be someone as a human who is going to do. So let's check first of all, what are the three applied steps which Power Query has done it on its own without you as a human interfering in it. So guys, first thing first, this is our source data. This is how the source data was looking like. Now, the first thing first, which Power Query is so smart, it has already done on its own is, can you see this? Your number one row is order ID, amount, profit, quantity. But that should not be the case. It should be in the header section, right? The header is not something called as column one. It's actually order ID. So guys, if I go to step two, see this. Power Query, guys, you have to focus here. Now this column 2, column 3 will disappear and this all things will come here. This is the step number 2, which Power Query has done on its own without asking you to do it. Point number 1, your time saved. And this is why Power Query is important. And this is all done by this kind of query writing, coding types of things are there. which you do not have to do on your own. Now, there is second problem. Now guys, if you can see, there are different categories. For example, order ID has been given as text category. Amount also has been given as text category. Profit also given as text category, which is absolutely wrong. It should be in a form of numbers, numerical value hai ye. This is not a text value. This is a numerical value. These are all numbers. So again, this you might have changed on your own as a human, as an expert, as a data analyst, whatever the case is. But this will be also done by Power Query on your behalf. And this is our step number 3. You have to focus right now here. The ABC, which is written right after profit amount, will be changed to a numerical value on its own without you doing anything manually. Now see this. I will go to the third thing, which is our third applied step. Can you see this? Profit has been automatically done or automatically transformed into a numerical value. Amount has been transformed into a numerical value. Quantity has been transformed to a numerical value. But order ID has been kept as ABC because it's a text and number ka mixture. So it's your call. Power Query automatically considered it as a text value since there are alphabets in it. But if it's your call that you want to transform it into a numerical value, you have to, it's your call. Now, one thing which might come in your head as a query right now, which is important also, is like, Hardik, why there is a requirement to make sure that the amount is having numerical value? Why there is a requirement of making sure that the subcategory is only having text value and numerical value? Because this is all important from a point of view which is called as DAX. Now, DAX are some, like, those are literally more advanced level of Power BI where you create your formulas and all of that. We are going to see a glimpse of that. Don't worry, you will have a fair idea about it as well. For that point of view, it's important. So far in this flow, like in this segment of the video, we have seen that why Power Query is important and what all things Power Query do on your behalf. If you have to see this transforming data, doing text type, amount, this type, this, all this long form query things are done by Power Query on its own without you telling it to do it. Now, is the fundamental, is the applied step, is the fundamentals of Power Query clear, so we can move to the next step of what all other things you can do in Power Query? Is that a yes on this specific statement? What's the case? Yes, 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 yes. Perfect. Yes, sir. Chalo, that's perfect. Now, you do not, by the way, if 2 3 people asking kaise hua, I haven't done it. It's the source, it has promoted headers on its own, it has changed the type on its own. I am not doing anything on my own. Now, Hardik, is the case with both the things? Yes. This kind of 3 applied steps you will see forever in your life whenever you're using Power BI. See this. If I go to order ID, same 3 steps. Source was like this, where you have column 1 order date below tha. It has promoted the headers here also, and it has also changed the type on its own. Now coming back to the topic. Now, what all things you can do in Power Query? Now, if I have to give you an analogy here, Power Query is a kind of a advanced Excel version. So what all things you can do in Excel, you can easily at a fraction of a second can do in Power Query as well. So I will just show it to you. Now, let's say you're someone who's like, Hardik, okay. Now, let's say, Hardik, I'm someone who's working in order IDs and I have to make sure that there are no duplicates. Because you also know, I also know there cannot be 2 same order ID because each and every order is having their unique values. So in such scenarios, now guys, now we are having a segue here. We are going into subjective things. Generalized things are over. So please be attentive, give your 100% focus, even though the call is recorded. So the recordings will be shared. So you do not have to worry. Now see this, right click. And now there is something called as duplicate. If you want to duplicate this column, one click and the column has been duplicated. And remember, I told you all the things will be maintained in a log format. Can you see this? Now duplicated column has been logged here. In case you are not requiring this, you do not require this, simply click on this cross mark and it will be disappear. Point number 1. Point number two, Hardik, what if I have to remove duplicates? Just like we remove duplicates in Excel, if you are someone who's a intermediate to advanced Excel user, click one button, your duplicates will be removed. If there are any errors in the data, there are blank spaces, there are some formula errors, simply click on this, it will remove the errors. And or else if there is some if there is an error which is a crucial part of the data, it will tell you to solve error manually. So that is also possible. Then you can replace values, you can replace errors, you can change the type. For example, this is something which is what? Text type. I think it should not be text type, it should be whole number. Let's say you are an expert, you are working on your data, right? You want to make a dashboard as per your requirements. So your requirements might differ from the sample data. So I'm just giving you a knowledge on this, that you have the whole power, you have the whole, what we can say, whole decision is yours, what you want to keep as a data type. Percentage, date and time, blah, blah, blah. You can split columns just like we have text to columns in Excel. Similar thing is this only, splitting column by delimiter, number or character. Let's say you have a date plus time into one column. If you want to split them, date alag chahiye, time alag chahiye. So what should be the delimiter? Space. Wherever there is a space in between the date and time, you can split it. Those things are like pure from the point of view of customization as per your data. Now it's my, like it was my responsibility to take you go through this, because since this is a part of thing where you're going to achieve results 100%, because this is my data, I'm going to take you through a flow, take you through a segment where you're going to achieve it. I know that. But whenever you are working with that, you should be knowing all other features as well. That's my responsibility to inform you. Now, this is all about right clicking, and this is the all option you will get for all kind of, let's say, this thing only. But guys, there is more. Power BI is more of it. The more of things lies here. Home, transform, adding a column, view, tools, help, different things. Now, just like Excel, also you have bunch of things like home tab, insert tab. But you also know we use 7 to 8 features on Excel. Rest of them are like from information point of view, or else kabhi to kabhi kaam aaya to aaya, or else it you doesn't use all the features of Excel, PowerPoint, and MS Office, right? Similar cases with Power Query as well. It's the golden rule of MS Office. Even though you will be like, Hardik, oh my God, there are so many things here. Do I need to learn all of them? To be honest, to creating dashboards, performing data analysis to an extent, it's not required to learn all of that. When I say not learn, like you should be aware of things, but it's not always necessary to use all of them. Now, let me show you 2 to 3 amazing features which you might be using for your own data. So I want to cover that first. Now, let's say I will go to this thing, home tab, and there is different things. I will make you go through each and everything. Now, new sources. Let's say this is CSV file. You have new source from SQL. You have a new Excel workbook. So you can upload the data, append data. You can merge data with these 2 queries. You have to just upload the source and you can do that. But that's also not really required. And you can perform this in your own Excel and you can just import it. So it's technically, I would say it's not at all required until unless you have something real time updates in your company or something like that. Now, you have recent sources. You can create your own table. Then there is data source setting, which is again a very technical thing requiring as per your data. You have parameters. Refreshing is a very important thing, which we are going to see throughout the next 40 minutes. Then you have properties, all of that. Now see this. These are the basic things which you will be using. I will tell you that only. Remove column, which I'm pretty much sure many people would be doing if not required. And we saw in part one also of this video. Keeping rows, removing rows, again, like what all the entries you not required, you can remove it. Very important feature, which is grouping your data. Now I will just show you in this particular thing. I will just show you one example. Let's say there are categories. If I click on this drop down button, we will have 3 categories: clothing, electronics, and furniture. We have 3 category here. And if I go to subcategory, we have again accessories, bookcases, chairs. And guys, this kind of error you might see many a times in your data. Do not get afraid of it. I think this is some kind of a glitch from Power BI side, because I have cross-checked the data double times in Excel also. This is the same list we have in Excel also. I don't know why it gives this kind of error. Now, guys, what if I told you that come up with something where I want three, let's say we have revenues also. So I want what's the revenue for clothing, what's the revenue for electronics, and what's the revenue for furniture. I want these 3 things. Now, guys, this kind of things ke liye you don't have to go to Excel, you don't have to go to Power BI, create a dashboard just for this kind of simple things. Either you can perform a data analysis basic thing in Excel by applying formula, or if you're someone who's not well versed with formulas, you can use Power Query for that. I will just show it to you. Now, what I will do, as I told you, this is a very important feature, group by. Now, group by comes into two categories. One is basic and one is advanced. Like life is all about basic and advanced, right? We see this here as well. So now basic group by. I want what's my requirement, what my manager or what's my boss needs, that I want to give them revenue category wise. So I will select category. I will select the column name, let's say sum of category. What's the operation? I want to perform the operation as some operation of what amount. Very basic. Like if you're someone who's not good with like complex formulas, nested ifs, and all of that, use this instead of that. Categories. What I want to create a group category. What should be the name of it? Sum of categories. What should be the operation? Average, medium, minimum, max, sum. And what should be the amount? What should be the column which you need to what we're gonna segregate? So that is amount. I will click on OK. Done. In a click of a second. Like, it takes hardly 1 second. Electronics, furniture, clothing. What's their revenue? And here in our log, it has been added as grouped rows. You can rename also if you want to do it. Now, this was one basic, very basic example of group by, which you might be using at some point of time in your life. But the majority of times which you will be using going forward in your life is advanced group by. So let me show you the second example also. This was very basic. Now this time I'm going to create 2 to 3 columns with the help of advanced. Going with the same example, continuing the same example, taking it to next level. Again, I want to, let's say, get categories. The name should be again sum of categories. The operation should be count and the amount. Now you might be thinking, Hardik, what's advanced in this? We have done the same thing, right? Exact same thing. Let me show you what's the difference. Now, what if my manager as boss told me that, Hardik, don't just focus on categories, focus on subcategories also. And not just come up with some, come up with average also. So did you get this? Like how the simple question has got complex. Now that is why advanced group by is required. Category. Now I will add one more grouping, which my manager wants. Now, guys, this is all happens as per the requirements. So, guys, I have created this project on my own. So I've created problems also. It might not necessary that every time you're going to face such problems, every time you have to use these features. That's the reason I'm teaching you. That's the reason I'm recording also. So you can use it for your future references also. Now, subcategory. What was one more requirement? Not just some, average also. So I will put here one more thing. Let's say I'm going to write average of sub, average again amount, and I will click on OK. See this sum, average, category breakup, and category breakup, subcategory breakup. What is the sum of category? What is the average of subcategories? All of that by advanced group by. Did this so far so good? Is it so far so good? Is it simple? What do you guys think? Let me know in the Zoom chat. So far so good, easy. Did you got the importance of Power Query? Easy, very simple, good. Yes. Chalo, easy. Got it. Super easy. Chalo, perfect. Vijay Mishra will do that. Chalo, where is the original table? Original table is in the next two. Like, yeah, now there are two queries. The first query is the original table. You're making it simple. Thank you. Now, okay, Vijay, that's a good suggestion. Just a sec. I will just close the Zoom chat. Let me just pause the video for a second, because I've got a suggestion from Vijay Mishra that I should be enabling my cursor so it can help you guys to. Where is my cursor? Just a sec, guys. Okay, chal. Now I've got my cursor. I will open my Power Query and I will resume the screen share. Chal. Now I don't want this. I will remove this. Now, Hardik, what all things we can do other than this? So if I have to show you one or two more thing, home tab में so इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है. Like there are two to three things which is like very advanced. It might not be requiring until unless you are coming from this Azure machine learning background or something like that, which I'm pretty much sure like few people are only from there. Now transforming your data. Now this transforming is again like pivoting your columns, grouping your columns, replacing values, typical Excel things. Statistics, formulas, trigonometry, rounding. Again, this is a very thing for all the people coming from a technical, what you can say, technical background from that cloud computing or all of that. But here, one thing which you might be using is that many times we have data in this format, what we can say vertical format, and we want to transport it into horizontal format. Again, this is possible in Excel, very easy. Transpose formula is there, but you can do this with this particular option, which is transpose. And then there is something called as add column. Add column is again, you can customize your column. So this is a little bit, how do I put this? It is a little bit part of DAX, Power Query, all of that. So if I just have to show you one example, let's say I will give you a very simple example. Guys, what if I want to just think for a second, 5 seconds may think on it, and I will show you how to do it using Power Query. Guys, for example, let's say this is a profit and this is quantity. For example, for a second, right now, by the way, this is 7 quantity ka profit is 658 rupees. But for a second, just assume, just visualize that for one quantity, the profit is 658. Got the point? One quantity, profit is 658. So if I have to go for total profit, if I have to calculate total profit, what should be the formula? DAX is all about formulas and all that, regression, all of that. So I'm giving you a very example and making you understand and familiar with DAX. So you tell me, guys, what should we do? Very simple. It's a very like 10 standard, 9 standard, maybe people can do this. What should we do? If you have to find out total profit, let me know in the Zoom chat. I've opened the Zoom chat for everyone. Sum and product, exactly. Number of items into profit per item, right? Exactly. Quantity into profit, quantity into profit, exactly. Very simple. Majority of people have given me the right answer. Nothing rocket science into this. Simply, we have to multiply profit into quantity. Now, guys, this is something we have got in our head. But if I have to do in Power Query, that is something will be new learning for you, because Excel may like you can do it in 1 second. Simply open formula, column, let's say this is A1 into B1, you got the profit. But how to do it in Power Query, that is something, it's a new learning for us. So that is going to happen with custom formulas. So I'm going to click on custom formula. Now custom formula may, let's say I will write the name of custom formula as total profit. Now guys, see this. This is custom formulas. The same is in Excel also, but many people do not use custom formulas in Excel because it's not required in job or something like that. But when it comes to transforming your data in Power Query, I'm pretty much sure many people are going to use this. Now, these are also called as Power Query formulas. So I will just come here. Now, what do we need here? We need first profit. So I will click on profit. I will click on insert. Itna simple. It's so simple. Even like school going students can learn this. It's so simple. Profit, insert, done. Now what I have to do is multiply, right? So I will put multiplication sign from my keyboard. It will show as red because right now it's an error because we haven't added anything behind it. So now I'm going to put quantity insert. The red color has gone. So error has gone. Profit into quantity. I want a column as total profit. Okay, and done. Itna simple it acts. It's about just guys, you do not people get afraid. Why? Because the same thing which you have done right now, no, it's so simple. If I tell you to write a query for it, how does it look like? I will show you to you. See this. I will just copy this query and I will just paste it in this particular chat box so people understand. So if you have to write it manually, na, this is how it will look. And it will make you go crazy. Oh my God, how to remember how to do all of this. Syntax and all of that, it's a whole different story. But using Power Query, did you came to know why it's so simple? That's the reason it's called as Power Query. Did you got this learning of custom formulas, custom columns? Have you got it? Yes or no? Easy. What's the case? Please be responsive in the Zoom chat, please. Yes, yes, yes. Chalo. Like power steering a car. Yes, yes. Easy, easy, easy. Chalo, that's great. Perfect. Chalo, got it, got it, got it, got it. Perfect. Prabhakar and one person who's telling me to repeat, you are the only two people. Please go through the recording. It won't affect the dashboard making, so don't worry. Now I will just close the Zoom chat. Now let's move ahead with the topic. Again, this is not required for us because we technically have total profit here. So I just wanted to show you how you can do this. Now, if I have to come to the flow so far, because it's a project based, so I have to continue come to the flow again and again to make you understand. So far data explanation done, loading of data done, Power Query explanation done, use case of Power Query with multiple feature explanation done, transforming your data in Power Query done, data modeling. Now, so far, it was all about putting your data before even beginning the dashboard process or even before creating your first visual. Like it was all about making your data customized as per your requirements without opening your Excel file or something like that. Now, data modeling, I will just write here for our reference. Very, very, and very important. If this won't happen, your reports, your dashboards won't be able to go or in an interactive format or in a live format. So very, very important. Now, guys, if I just have to show you why it's very important, I will just close this thing. I will just, okay, guys, one important, very important explanation in Power Query. So come back to Power Query. We are in Power Query. Guys, this is the super important. I've been there, guys. I've done that personally. So this is a learning from my mistake to you guys. If you will simply click on close button now, for the last 30 minutes, whatever effort we have done now, it will go to waste. There is nothing like auto save in Power Query. So always click on apply or else always click on close and apply. I personally, there was a different thing which I was doing on my own. There was a different big files here, and I had spent almost 4 to 5 hours on across 4 to 5 days working on Power Query, and I forgot to click on apply. I simply clicked on close. So I don't want that thing to happen to you because it's a pure waste of time. So always click on close and apply, and it will be closing the Power Query window. You can always open your Power BI, but it will be closing that Power Query ka inbuilt application, and it will save your data. This data will get reflected here. And if let's say someone is like, Hardik, I think I've changed something here, but it's not reflecting. It might happen in your case. I will be frank with you. So what in that case, what you have to do is you don't have to panic. You don't have to open Power Query. You don't have to do things again. If you have clicked on apply and close, if you have done that right way. So if it's not reflecting, now you have to do only one thing, click on refresh. It will refresh all the queries, it will refresh all your data, and all the things will begin to reflect. So that was all about Power Query, which you have to know in order to make dashboards and perform data analysis. Now, the third segment, data modeling. So guys, in first part also I had touched upon this. I will just repeat that thing and give you one more information on this. So guys, again here Power Query is also like always smart. It has always going to create a order. See this, if I have to hover on this, both the places on both the files, it has created a relation between order ID. But since this is a second session, we are learning some advanced things. So it might happen that here you have 4 order IDs. Just visualize this. Here you have 4 order IDs, and here only you have 1 order ID. I'm going to ask you a question on this. So please be attentive. Here you have 4 order IDs, and here you only have 1 ID. What is this relationship called? Many, one. So what you will do, you will right click on this. You will right click on this. You will go to properties, and you will change the relationship, which is already in our case many to one. Many to one. If there is only one unique order IDs, means let's say 100 unique order IDs, here also 100 unique order IDs. That means this relationship is 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 1. So here we will go with relationship 1 to 1. Very important. Hardik, why you are focusing or spending time on this? Why we are not jumping on dashboard? Guys, dashboard is all those things which looks fancy at the front end, but at the back end, there is a lot effort there. So that's the reason I want to make your fundamentals clear. If you do not select the right relationship, now you will what we can say, you will screwed while presenting that data to your upper management. The answers won't get in a right format. That is why it's very important. Now, chalo, one question to everyone. Let's say I have one order ID here, I have 5 order ID here. What should be the relationship? In the Zoom chat, please. I will just repeat the question. One order ID here, many order IDs here. What should be the relationship? Exactly. One to many. So if we have to cover the thing, one to many. Now, guys, last example, which is very rare in cases, all the order IDs here also different. All the order IDs here is also different. What should be there? Last option. All order IDs here also different. All order IDs here is also different. Many to many, many to many. Right. So that was the fourth thing. Guys, have you got the fundamentals of data modeling? Is that a yes? What's the case? Yes, 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 yes. Chalo, that's great. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Now I will just close the Zoom chat. Thank you. It's very simple. Just basics lagana hai. If there are many unique IDs, your product things, your details, your company ka whatever the information is there, just identify things. If many unique values are here, again, all the unique values are here also. So it is a one-to-one thing. But all the unique values are unique here also, here also. The column name is same. The collar header. It's a many-to-many relationship. Now it's done. Now do not have to do here anything because it's the right relationship and it's the right connection between both the order IDs that Power BI does it. And this Power BI does it in 99.99% of the cases. So far, my personal experience is I've created a lot of dashboards. It does that because it's so smart data. It's pure machine learning here. It gets lakhs of data every day and it get trains on it. But 0.01% of the time you might not see this connection. So खुद से करने के लिए you should be having that knowledge. You cannot completely rely on these things, right? So that's the reason I explain you this. Now, this was like almost 40 minutes all about explanation the behind the technology, like transforming, data modeling, Power Query, basic, advanced, everything's. Now this is the time where you can actually start creating your dashboards like this. And it will go seamlessly like this if you do all the backstory right. Then only you will get a dashboard like this. Now let's begin with the dashboard quickly. First thing first, I will go, I've created the flow for us. So let's go with that. Now let's start with dashboard making. First, we'll go with stacked profit chart, which is this wala chart to identify our profits by month. This is our first requirement. Now guys, dashboard is always made on requirements. You cannot like you can, but it's of no use if you just come up with questions on your own and create a dashboard out of it. First you need to find insights. What should be called as presentable insights in front of upper management, and accordingly you create a dashboard. So I've created that already for all of us. That will save a lot of time. So let's get started quickly with the profit by month. Now I'm going to create a stack chart in our blank thing. Stack chart. I will click on canvas. Stacked column chart. It's done. I will just click on this. Now, guys, at one point of time, one person asked me a question, and I was so able to relate to that. I will just first of all I will just increase all of this. That person asked me, Hardik, I always get confused between x-axis and y-axis. Like if I have to come up with profit by month, what should I put in x-axis? What should I put in y-axis? And if you are someone like that, I'm going to give you a solution. Simply what you can do is now you want, what do you want? You want profit by month. So two things in the statement itself, profit and date. So what you do is pick your profit, drag and drop in the what we can say in the visual only. Don't drag and drop here or else you get confused ki x mein aayega, y mein aayega. Simply use this hack, drop it here only. And put your, I think order date, put again in the visual. The moment you do this, it will automatically do sum of profit by year. Now you just have to, we have learned this last time. That's the reason I taught you this drill down. You have to just drill down it to month level. It's quarter, month, and it's done. This is how it's done. See this. Now, if you want to remove grid lines, if you want to customize your chart, that is something we are going to see. So don't worry. Let us see first. Have you got the right thing? We have got the right thing. It's profit by month. We have got the same kind of data. So we are on the right track. Have you got the first visual correct? Have you got this hack? It is so simple. If you don't have, if you're someone like me who's getting confused, drag both the things on the visual. Power BI Smart, it will handle on your own. Easy, easy first visual done. Now we will little bit space up because visuals ka we have got the major learning in the first session. Now we will quickly do this. Wow, wow, wow. Clear, clear. Chalo, let's easy, easy. Yes, go ahead. Perfect. Thank you for the response. Let me just close the Zoom chat. Now there are two things to it, which will come in a minute. Is Hardik, like this visual is looking like this. And if we see the original dashboard, it's looking like this. There are some orange colors. Background is very dynamic, very attractive. But here we are having a very boring scenario. So guys, this is all, how do I put this? This is all part of dashboard formatting, dashboard creation, which we will see. Don't worry. So first of all, let's do quick formatting. First thing first, Hardik, what is the background? So background ke liye now what you have to do is you have to click on the canvas. Just a sec, I by mistakenly added a Q&A ka visual. Let me remove it. Okay. Now in the background, we are going to first add some wallpaper. So guys, where is wallpaper, Hardik? I will give you that wallpaper. So don't worry. This is the wallpaper which I'm going to add. It should be a fit, image fit should be background. Now, quickly doing a recap, what we did in the visualization, we click on formatting a report. In there is something called as wallpaper. In wallpaper, we have added the image. Image will be shared by me. Don't worry if you want to create a similar thing. Or else you can use your company image. You want to impress your boss. You want to put your company logo wala image behind. Anything is possible. It's 100% customizable. Now there is something called as transparency, which we are going to see a lot of time. If you do not, let's say, even if you insert an image and you see a white thing, white background, which you might have, which might happen with some of you folks. So I've already given you a heads up. The transparency might be 100%. Reduce it to 0%. You will see your image automatically. Background is done, sorted. Coming back to our image. Now, guys, image mein na, there is a lot more customizations which you can do. I will quickly show you that. Now, this is all about building visuals, but you select a visual and if you click on this, there is a lot more things as a formatting point of view. So let's quickly do this. First thing first, let's go to x-axis. I will change the color of the visual to white. Now, Hardik, why you are turning it into white? I will show you why I'm turning it to white. Now this is done. I will go to title. I will also change the color to white. Now the title color is also white. Hardik, why you're changing everything to white color? Because the background is dark color. So the moment I remove this chart ka white color from the background, na, it will become evident. So don't worry. Now y-axis values are auto, maximum is auto. This is also customizable. I will just go through things which wherever required, I will just show you or I will just read it out for our references. Range is all about auto. If you want to change the range of it, not required right now. Y, okay, what happened? Y value, range values. If you want to change the values, again here we have to change the color. So we will change it to white. Remove the values. Title, we again want to change the color to white. It's done. And if you're someone who's like, Hardik, do I have to go with so supersonic speed? No, I know the where the value is. It might be the very first time for you. Go to the recordings. If you feel the recording is slow, take it 2x. If you feel the recording is fast, do it 0.5x. Your convenience. Now this is all done for y-axis. Now let's go to layouts. Layout is something minimum category width. Right now not required. Y-axis we have already seen. X-axis close. Grid lines. If we will go to our original dashboard, personal recommendation, never put grid lines in your charts. It doesn't look good. So what we will do, we will simply remove the grid lines, not required. Horizontal grid lines removed, vertical grid lines removed. Until unless required, keep it or else remove it. Zoom slicer, not required. Columns, not required. Ribbons, all of that. If it's like if you want to like show people what's the data labels, you can enable it. It will be showing the visuals. Sometimes it does look good, sometimes it doesn't. So if you are someone who wants to go with it, I will just show you how to enable it. Just to enable it, you have many options to customize it to a level where you can change the date, height, all of that. But right now, let's stick to the basics. Let us not observe everything in one go, right? Now, plot area background. What you want to keep as a background, you can browse the image, you can maintain the transparency. All of that is regarding visuals. Now, visuals के लिए things you get in a very specific manner. But what if you want something which is very generic from a chart point of view, from a visual point of view? So you will go in general and you will select properties. Here you get height, padding, advanced option. Padding is what? Height and width below. Like if you're thinking this is this is like this kind of thing is not required, remove the padding from here, go to padding, simply make it 0 and see it will be removed from there. And again, this is all customization, guys. I can go on this, but it's genuinely for those people who are looking for it. Until unless you're not looking for it, it's not required. I will just change it to profit by year, month and quarter. I will change the heading to white, and I will change the background color to, let's say, white. No, background color is technically not required in this, so I will go with no fill only. Make the header middle align, and chalo, let's keep it up. Now, what else we need? Header, subtitle, we are done with that. Effects, not required. Background, we can go and increase the transparency. See this. Now I will go with a gray color. Now, does it all make sense, guys? Can you see quarter one, quarter two, quarter three? Hardik, I know many people would be interested in this only because this is what makes the visual look appealing. So in general, we have gone to effects. In effects, there was a background color. I changed it to gray color and it was looking like this earlier. See this, it was looking like this. Then I increase the transparency to, let's say, 80%, or I will just reduce a little bit. It will give that glass effect. Not 80. I will just make it, let's say, 79. Perfect. It's looking perfect and it's just like the way we want. If we go to the original dashboard, see this. Now I'll come back here. I will just put this below and it's good to go. Now, Hardik, can I format it in a way? Let's say I'm finding this very useful. 100%. Hardik, I think this is very useful where my boss can see what is the quarter one, quarter two, your call. As I told you guys, like it's all a very subjective matter. Some people might like this, some people might like this. You're in visual formatting, you have 100 options. Once you go through this, explore on your own, check everything, and you will, I'm pretty much sure you will find something more valuable in that by checking on things, because these are the things you don't learn by watching, you learn by performing on your own. Now, this is our first visual done. Now, guys, what else is remaining? Let me see. Okay, why there is no orange color appearing in our visuals? Now, this is again a visual thing, and it's related to column. So, guys, the column is all about all categories. So, I you can do, by the way, you can do like this, all categories, which is down here, mage down. So, make the color orange for me, so people can see where we are getting loss. This is point one to deal with it. I will just go to all categories. The point two to deal with that is, I will just quickly show you. Okay, by the way, water should be on for columns if required. It makes a good effect. But let's say if you're someone who's like Hardik, I don't want to do it manually. So how I can do it? So in that case, I will just show you one more way to do it. Just a sec, which is this conditional formatting. Gradient, I want a gradient color, or else I want, let's say, rules, whatever, wherever, let's say the percentage is below 0, make it orange color. So like typical Excel conditional formatting, wherever the value is going below 0, make it orange color, click on OK. So four things will be turned into orange color. Now, I know many people would be like, Hardik, does it really take so much time to create a visual, one visual in Power BI? So the answer is yes. But the hack, which I'm going to show you, trust me, in the next 15 minutes, the whole dashboard will be completed. So the first visual is something which is time consuming in Power BI. I will tell you the reason also, but the others are not that time consuming. So it's very important that you say yes or no on this question for me as a mentor. So what's your call? First visual, समझ में आया? The formatting is something very customization, so it takes time. Is it yes for first? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chalo. Very easy. Now I will just close the Zoom chat. HP, please do not spam the Zoom chat or else you will be removed from this live session. Okay, chalo. Now I will just close the Zoom chat and let us move ahead with the next visuals. Now, next visual, again, I have written here, we have done a stacked column, background image we have added, formatting of visuals I have covered, add one more visual. Now, second visual is all about what if I have to go in my original dashboard, it's again kind of a same thing, but it's first thing stacked. It was stacked column chart. This is stacked bar chart. Now this is what I think the header I've given wrong. It's not profit by month. Profit by month is this. I think if I have to see what are the categories, what are the categories where by profit, subcategories by profit. So guys, let's add one visual here, which is bar chart. Okay, I've just transformed this by mistakenly in bar chart. If I have to add one bar chart, I will just give the height and width of this column. Guys, if you're someone who wants to have a shakalaka boom boom movement, here is your shakalaka boom boom movement. See this. Now, as I told you, I'm someone who's not an expert in this, so I will put subcategories here. I will put profit here. Done. Done by Power BI. Now, Hardik, oh my God, this this visual almost took us 10 minutes, right? To do all of this karigiri or all of this fancy things. Now again, one visual, just visualize. 15 minutes here also. But trust me, there is one hack. See this. I will click on this. Ta-da! Format Painter is for our rescue. Click on Format Painter, click on this visual and sit back and relax. Now, are you getting it? Why it's important to learn the fundamentals? Yes or no? Amazing. Yes, 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 yes. Amazing, superb, crazy, amazing, amazing, mind blowing. Now, are you ready? Are you excited to complete the dashboard in next 10 minutes? I will relook this video. You have to. There is no option that everyone can learn this in one go. Chalo. Yes, sir. Ready, ready, ready. Oh, guys. I just noticed right now we are into 54 minutes into the session. Would you guys allow me 10, 20 more minutes? Is that a yes? Will you wait for 20 minutes? Can we sum up the dashboard today? I don't want to extend it for the next session. Yes, please. No issues. Take your time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chalo, take 50 more. That's great. Okay, no problem. I will just close the Zoom chat. Data set not received. Harbit diya hi nahi kisi ko. After this recording, data set will be provided. Now, guys, if I have to come here, now this is subcategory by profit. Great. Now, as I told you guys here, you can, if I have to just now quickly move with the reference, now I will just stick to the reference because this all things will have the same explanation. Now, here we can see print different colors. So what we will do is we will go to this particular thing. We will go to formatting, bars, all categories if you want to go with all categories, or you can go and select one thing and change their colors accordingly. I will go printers, bookcases, bookcase. I will give a different color, this color. I will select the third. Okay, by mistake, I have selected sari here, sari, and I will give it a different, let's say yellow color. Then I will go with accessories, colors. What color to give here? Let me go with some bright color, green or something. Okay, green is looking good. Tables and last tables, I will go and select tables, more colors. What is the again a brighter color? This is not going with this. Will it? This is going. This is going. Chill. Now, one thing. Now you might be Hardik here, printer, bookcase, sari, accessories, tables. But if I go to original here, printer, bookcase, sari, accessory, tables. This is looking so cool, Hardik. And this is looking so clustered. It's all because this particular category, which is filter. So if I go to add a filter, I want, let's say profit. So I will put profit here. And let's say I will show advanced filtering. I will show what is the top 10, what is the greater than, let's say, if I know ki I want to just show my boss categories which are profitable above 50,000. Let's say some categories are profitable 10,000, some categories are profitable 15,000. My boss does not want to know about those categories. My boss just want to focus on categories which are above 50,000. So you can go and select this greater than thing, and you can put up your value 50,000, because you might be knowing your data. You might be knowing your boss ka requirement. Now, if I just have to go with basic filtering, very easy, go on to go with top N. Now top N kya hota hai? N stands for numerical. So I will put top N 5. What should be the value? So which are the top 5 profitable categories? So I want to put profit here, and you will see the dynamic. Just a sec. Apply filter and see this. So it is, I think the number is 5. Why it's showing 4? I think the visual size is mattering. Just a sec. No, I think visual size is okay. There is some glitch, I think. So let me check again. 5 and click on apply filter. Let me do year 6 and apply filter. It should not be happening this way. I don't know why it's behaving like this. Chalo, let's see. It might be some technical glitch. I have to delete the filter, and if I do it again, we will get this feature. So if I just have to show you this feature, see this. This is sum by top profit. So 5 top profitable things I have categorized here also, and we have done the same thing here also. And this is where we have one more learning for today, which is filters. So we had seen enough of visualization. We have seen enough of data. Now this is something which is a new learning for you, which is adding filters to your dashboards. So now, so far, 2 jobs are done. Now we have to do sum of quantity, which is sum of quantity by payment mode. And this is a donut chart. So I will go here, click on enter. I will add a donut chart. Just a sec. Donut chart add क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? हो गया. I will put a donut chart like this. Put the visuals here. What was the requirement? Sum of quantity by profit. So we are going to put the quantity here, and we are going to put what's the second requirement? Payment mode. Payment mode, put up here. Your job is done. Click on here, format painting, apply here. Your format is also done. And if you're someone who's like, Hardik, why it's not looking like this? We can increase the size, or we can play with legends. Now let's do some visuals. Quick visuals. Center right, top center, or where is the legends? I think legends are not at all enabled. So we will remove that. Data labels are enabled. So we want data labels to be enabled, and we want to see their values colors as white. Okay, we have got the same thing here. Great. Now what else? What else we need? We need sum of quantity by category. I will just duplicate this also. Guys, one more interesting learning which I found out recently. You can do Control C, Control V and create a same visual. See this, like this. And then you can simply delete both the things from here, from filter, if you have to remove both the things, and simply put your things, sum of quantity by categories. So categories, sum of quantity. Done. Formatting bhi nahi karna padega. It's that simple. See this. Done. Now profit by month. And this is what? This is a bar stack chart. So I will put a bar stack chart like this. I will just do Control C, Control V, put a bar stack chart here. Now guys, all of things are very similar. So don't worry, we are not doing something new. All these things we have done it previously. We have spent time on it, and we have achieved it. Profit by month, profit by month, profit, and we want it by month. So we are just going to put month only direct. See this. January, February. No, I think the header is again here wrong by my mistake. This is actually profit by state. So I will remove month, and I will put state. Where is state? State in y-axis. So we have got 5 top. We can apply filter also, top 5 profit, which is auto applied. So we got Uttar Pradesh and all of that. And by the way, if you're someone who's like, Hardik, can I change the visuals? And we will, because we want to create a beautiful chart, right? Bars, and we will go with, let's say, all categories. Tamil Nadu, I will give a green color. Uttar Pradesh, I will give yellow color. Punjab, I will give mustard color. Maharashtra, I will give pink color, and that's it. Now I think there is one more visual, profit by month. I think I forgot to change the name, the headers. These are all headers are wrong. You can refer to right headers here, which I'm creating right now. Now this is what? This is top 5 customers. Okay, so good. Just a sec. Control C, Control V, placing the values here, removing the original values. We want profit. We want top 5 customer names. Got it. Now, again, you can change the colors of it, whatever you want as per your requirement. It's under the bar thing. I've shown you a couple of times. So it's very easy for you right now to remember. Ayushi, let's go with yellow. The second is Madan Mohan, pink color. There is Shri Chand. Shri Chand, I will go with orange. There is Vrinda, mustard. And I think we are good to go. Now, this is so far we have not done anything new. Now, a little new thing which we are going to do right now is adding this kind of 4 things, this 4 visuals, which will make your dashboard look outstanding. Now, those are called as cards. We have used it before also. So card, I have added one card here like this, and I will put, let's say, amount. One is sum of amount. So I will put the amount here. We have got first card. Let's put our formatting visuals. The visuals formatting, let's do quickly. Call out value, put a white, and I think category label is also white, right? Yes. Now, guys, it's so simple. Control C, Control V. Second visual is here. Just a sec. And I have to put what? Sum of profit. So I will put profit in this. Okay, just a sec. There is already sum of amount. Remove profit in. Control C, Control V. What's the 4th thing we required? Sum of quantity. Put here. Remove this. Sum of quantity put here and it's done. Control C, Control V. What's the 4th thing we want here? Maximum of amount. So we are using new filter here. I'm going to put amount in this, but we don't want sum of amount. We want maximum of amount. I've gone with minimum, maximum of amount. So far, awesome job, guys. We have come done like this. Now, one thing which is remaining is your bordering. Border formatting is very important for dashboard. So coming back to formatting, I think where is the border option? Just a sec. Borders. It might be in general and title, format, background, title, subtitles, dividers. Just a sec. Effects, backgrounds, visual borders enabled. I'm going to go with a border which looks stunning and let me give it a rounded corners as well. So see this. This is how the visual will look like. It will be the last step of the dashboard formatting. I will apply this formatting. This formatting, I will click on format printer, apply here as well. Okay, just a sec. I don't want to apply it here. Rather than I will put manual borders. Enable. You can put different borders also, by the way. Put here, enable, put border here, enable, put borders here. All this stuff also requires border. It's a recurring thing, guys. I'm doing nothing else. New thing nahi hai. This is a border. This is a border. This is a border. Enable. Border is done. And this border is also done. Whew. Now, what's remaining in our original dashboard? This filter, which might create an outstanding impact among your bosses and colleagues. And one is my name, Hardik e-commerce dashboard. Free to use. You can freely name it your name. I don't mind. You can share it on LinkedIn. Put it in your capstone project. Put it in your resume. I don't mind. Use your own name. I don't mind. Now I'm going to add one text box. My name on it, Hardik's e-com dashboard. E-commerce dashboard, whatever you want to write. Increase the size a little bit. Let's say 8, make it bold. Let the font be remaining the same. I just decrease the size of it. And by the way, it's applicable here also. Here also you can apply formatting like this. I will just place it here and there. Guys, this time since I'm creating live and I have a time limit. So that's the reason a little bit formatting here and there, please manage on your own. Or else if you put some time, you can create a beautiful dashboard. See this. This is something which I've created live. But if you spend a little 10 minutes more, you can have a dashboard like this, which is neat and clean. Like spaces are there, proper segmenting is there. Here, since we have created in a little bit hurry, explaining you each and everything, formatting everything. So this is a dashboard looking like this, but you can format it like this also. I will increase the size of it. Chalo. Like this. And let me increase the numerical value to 40. 40 is jada, 36, 32. I think 34 would require. Mm, size a little bit. Let me go with 32 only. Okay. Whew, finally. Now the last thing remaining is this. Now this is something which is a visual. See this. I'm going to show you. A very advanced Excel users, you would be able to relate it in 2 minutes. This is none other than slicers, which is a very famous technology available in Excel. We are going to slice it for a quarter basis. So I'm going to just put quarter in this. And visually, how should we vertical list? I will go with a title list. Increase the title like this and decrease the size of this like this. Sec. And last thing remaining is our charts, quarters. Now again, you can take the visual here, control, paste. Whew. Live dashboard created, guys, 100% dynamic. Let's check it out. What if your boss told me that just show me quarter one, all the stuff, click on quarter one, everything will be as per quarter one, January, February, March. If you're someone who's like, just show me all the things for January month, click on January and you're done. If you're someone who just want to see phone as a subcategory, click on phone and everything has changed as per phone. If you want to see how much revenue or what all the segments you're doing from just Tamil Nadu, click on Tamil Nadu, sum of profit, sum of amount, sum of profit, sum of quantity, maximum amount, sum of quantity by payment mode, sum of quantity by category, everything will be as per Tamil Nadu. And finally, guys, I took 10 minutes extra. Thank you for corporation, but feeling awesome. Just six, I would say first 10 minutes was introduction. So it's technically 60 minutes, a dashboard in Power BI covering data modeling, covering Power Query, basic to advanced things, covering different things from data point of view, visuals, formatting of it, creating a beautiful dashboard. All of that in 60 minutes as promised. What's your reaction for this session? Let me know in the Zoom chat. Wow, awesome. Guys, was I true to my words? Is it simple? Super simple. Can it be imported to PPT? I will show you in next session. Yes, it can be. Awesome. Chalo, that's great. Perfect. That's great. That's great. Happy and simple. Modeling data is the third thing. Data models. Relationship wala thing which we saw. Perfect. We'll listen to recording 100%. Recordings will be given. States is this. Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab. Need to practice 100%. Guys, can I get a yes? Are you going to practice this on your own as per your convenience by watching this video? Yes. Background data, every answer is in this video. Just go through the video. Perfect. Now, guys, for a second, I want to show you one more crazy thing. The last thing which I want to show you is if I have to come here, see this. Guys, let's say this is May. If I just have to remove this. This is me. You're presenting this. Let's say you're presenting this live in your meeting in this conference. Please do not leave the call. Last thing, after this, you can leave the call. You're presenting this to your upper management. You have done your research. You have done your hard work. You have created a dashboard. You have spent hours on it. Everything is ready. You're well prepared. But while presenting this in a presentation or while presenting this in a meeting, this is a me. This is like, what's the loss here? We have got a loss of 3,700. Let's say this is in crores. You have got a loss of 3,730 rupees. And your boss asks you, Hardik, what's the reason? You might click on this and everything would be as per May, but technically you won't be able to understand ki what's the reason of decrease using the dashboard also. Guys, here is the last thing which I wanted to show you, which is my personal favorite, my expertise, AI. You can right click on it. You can go to analyze. You can click on this button, explain the decrease, and the AI will come live with reasonings. Hardik, this is the reason of decrease. Payment modes, UPI, EMI, COD, credit card were decreased like this. And there was an increase in Q2 profits. And there was a slight increase of 0.4K of debit cards. Rather than all the red things are in decrease. And that's the reason of your decrease. If you want to see in different visuals, you can see in different visuals. You can see in this kind of a visuals. You can put up this kind of a visual. See this. By different reasons why your profit has been decreased from category wise. Phones का sale decrease हो गया, electronic games का, pointers, printers का, others, books, cases, tables, everything was in decrease. And what's the reason? What are the states? Everything in detail by AI. And now you will be like, Hardik, this is great. I want to present this to my manager. If you like this, simply click on plus icon and it's included in your dashboard. Right now, it's not looking good because we don't have any space on our dashboard, but you can click on plus sign and your job is done. This was your last learning for today's session in this video. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the Zoom chat. How was it? AI in Microsoft Power BI. This is bomb. Happy? Perfect. That's great. Chalo. Let me just close the recording right now.